What is up, Gotham fans? My name is Tommy from Z&D Comics, and welcome to my review of Season 1, Episode 11, Rouges Gallery of Gotham. This is the second half of Season 1 of Gotham. I'm going to start out with my non-spoiler review real quick, guys. If you haven't seen the episode, you're okay to watch this. It was a pretty good episode. It was definitely a lot better than most of the episodes in the first half of the season. I really like the tone. I love Arkham Asylum. I think they took it in the right direction. I like the way I think things are just better that they're building up. They're just better than they were, like, now that we have more of Fish Mooney, more Penguin, now that we just know more about the characters. It's just a better TV show. So I definitely love the first half a lot more than the second. I love the second half more than I love the first. This episode started out really well. I hope that every episode from now on is at least, as good as this or better, and I think we're going to be in the right direction. So definitely I give this episode like a 8 out of 10, which is a good rating. Anyway, I'm going to get into the spoilers now. I cannot wait to talk about them, so let's get started. If you haven't seen the episode, watch it and come back to this part of my review. Okay, so we're going to start out by talking about Fish Mooney, Falcone's men, and everything like that. So basically, Falcone's men are a little bit mad that they raised their tariff by 25%, which means they just get less money. Now, Falcone was just pissed off because his money was blown up, so he's like, fuck this shit, my money's blown up. You guys, I'm taking 25% more of your money, bitches. And Fish Mooney wants to be the next in line after Falcone leaves. Pretty much everyone's like, you know what? Falcone's got to go. Who's going to take his place? Fish Mooney's like, yeah, of course I am. And of course, the one guy who's supposed to be the actual next leader after, Falcone leaves, he's a little bit pissed off. He's like, no, Fish Mooney, I'm good to be the next leader. Basically, Fish Mooney sends Butch to talk to that man, and he ends up killing him at the end of the episode. So basically, Butch is completely loyal to Fish Mooney, which is a good thing. And now we're going to talk about Gordon, Jim Gordon, the man. He is now a police officer at Arkham Asylum. He's the main part of this whole episode, and I think Arkham Asylum is just amazing. And I'm going to talk about my, standpoint on where I think and how that could connect to Batman after this review. But let's get started. Anyway, Gordon has to track down the man who took the keys and killed Frogman. Frogman's just a random inmate. They were doing a play. Things broke out. Someone stole the keys, and someone had electrocuted Frogman's brain and basically fried his brain to the point where he's not dead, but he might as well be, because he has just no consciousness. He is just like a tomato, And basically, Dr. Tompkins, who is a new character, she is a doctor, of course. She comes in, examines the new patients who just got zapped into reality. Or the boss, who is Lang, yells at Gordon for having these murders happen, saying he is the head cop here. Why did these murders happen? It's all your fault. Basically, Jim's like, nah, screw you. I'm going to call the cops even though you don't want me to. Bullock comes in, just Bullock, so obviously Jim was just like, yo, I just want Detective Bullock here, that's all I need. They come in, Bullock cannot, he's just so happy to see Jim. Their relationship is obviously building up a lot more. Bullock kisses him, he's like, oh, thank God Jim's here, good. Dr. Lang, or, the guy who is the boss of Arkham Asylum, what the hell are you doing? Did you kill these people? And basically Lang's like, oh shit, whatever, I didn't want the cops here, but now they are. Anyway, Dorothy, who is an inmate, was the one who was actually killing the inmates. Now, Dorothy was an inmate, and now she acted as if she was a worker. I don't know how she pulled away with that, but that's what she did. So anyway, Dorothy was the one who was killing the inmates. Then she ended up releasing all the inmates as she was getting away. Jim Gordon saves Dr. Tompkins, who, by the way, Dr. Tompkins is so hot. Just going to point that out there. Anyway, Jim saves her. That's basically what happens. But we find out that that's not the real reason. She wasn't the only one who was basically killing the two people who were electrocuted. It was actually Jack Gruber. Now, Jack Gruber was controlling Aaron. Now, Aaron was the person that I think Jim Gordon was interviewing, and he was like, oh, yeah, chopped my family up with an axe, but I can't lie. Anyway, Jack Gruber zapped him to the point where he can basically control him, and he had him kill a guard as well as Lang, so we're obviously going to have a new boss for the Arkham Asylum. That's going to be better. I hope the boss is probably someone we know better, possibly Hugo Strange, and they can keep him in and have more like like an Arkham City story. How Hugo Strange is actually a bad guy, yada, yada, yada. But maybe they can throw in a character who controls Arkham Asylum, who we know a bit more. Anyway, Jack Gruber and Aaron end up getting away. He's going to be the main focus on the next episode, and possibly they're going to be calling Jack Gruber the Electrocutioner. I mean, that's okay. I don't think in the comics he's actually an electrocutioner, but I'm fine with him calling him, the Electrocutioner, because I don't really know anything about the Electrocutioner, because, I don't think anybody knows about him. I mean, he was in Arkham Origins, and they literally basically made fun of the character, and I don't know any comic he's in, so I don't care if they kind of mess around with the electrocutioner. It's hard. His name is so hard to say. It's just stupid. I don't even feel like getting into it. Anyway, let's talk about the Penguin. Basically, small story with the Penguin. He end up knocking out by the cops and put in the GCP jail, the jail that is actually just that one jail cell where we saw, I think it was Victor Zsasz, he was in at a point. Anyway, he's in that one jail cell that's like in the middle of their office, and he was put there by Maroni because Maroni was mad that he raised the taxes on the fishermen. He's like, you know, dude, you don't have the power to do that. I'm putting you in jail for the day. Oh God, if you seen the episode and then you saw the face that Penguin had, he was like, bitch, you're an asshole. I'm gonna end up killing all of you, which of course we know that will probably happen because in the comics he's like the head man, you know. Last but not least, we got Ray Montoya and Barbara Gordon. Holy crap, Ray Montoya breaks out with Barbara Gordon. It's been like 2 episodes? I don't know why that happens. Anyway, Barbara ends up calling the house and finds out that Selena actually brought Ivy, you know, the little poison ivy girl, to the apartment because she was all sick. So Ivy ends up answering the phone. Barbara's like, who's this? And Ivy's like, oh, I'm a fucking Jim, bitch. And she's like, oh my God, I hate you, and throws the phone. So I mean, obviously Ivy, who was like a 6-year-old, can make her voice sound like someone who's like 25, 40 years old. I don't really know. But anyway, that was pretty funny. So Barbara probably wouldn't end up, you know, going back to Jim, but she's all like, ew, no, he's fucking Ivy, which obviously he wasn't. And he's like, you know, at the end of the episode, Jim Gordon comes back. He's like, wait, who the fuck has been even sitting in my bed? And probably that little girl, because there's the 3 bears, whatever. I'm getting insane right now. I'm probably going to be inmate at Arkham Asylum. Anyway, that's what happened in this episode. It was pretty good. Arkham Asylum's great. As far as everything that goes, you know, Fish Mooney, Maroni, Falcone, we didn't really get too much of that in this episode. It was pretty damn good. We know that the next episode, Fish Mooney is finally going to make her move. So I'm talking Fish Mooney, Falcone, Maroni, Penguin, all 4 of them. They're going to like battle. It's going to be awesome. It's just going to be like one hell of a fight. Okay, so before I end this review, I want to say one thing about my philosophy on how I think Arkham Asylum would change into basically Batman's Rogues Gallery, which was the name of this episode, and I found that pretty interesting because, I mean, like, I guess they just thought, like, okay, we're going to have an episode on all about the Arkham inmates, might as well call it Rogues Gallery. I just don't think, I mean, I feel like they should have used that name for, like, a later season when we actually get to see an actual Rogues Gallery, but I don't really care. It's just the title of a character or title of the episode. So anyway, like I was saying, my thought is that we have the characters and the inmates in Arkham Asylum. They're mentally insane. Their psychic brain is just, they're fried basically. So my thought is that the reason a lot of characters like the Riddler, the Joker, they come to be from Batman, because when you have Batman and he comes to Gotham, these inmates who are insane, they see this, they're like, oh my gosh, look, like in their little messed up brain, they're thinking, oh look, it's one of us, dressed up in a bat costume, we gotta go after him. So like basically Batman, who looks insane, like he's dressed up in a bat costume, he's a man going around beating up criminals, like half these inmates are in Arkham Asylum like freaking out, like the little ones like Twiddly Dum and Twiddly Doo, Scarface, all the small characters who are just like literally mentally insane people, like the low level characters, they probably only came to be because they looked at Batman and was like, oh look, one of us, one of us. So they're like, hey, let's break out and kill people and get little personas just like Batman. So that's why a lot of the inmates are gonna dress up like the Riddler and everything like that. So that's like my philosophy. Obviously, that's like, most of you already thought about that, but it's just like, it kind of clicked in my brain, it made more sense, and I'm happy, you know, like, that's a good thing that Gotham did. They connected the pieces of the puzzle that makes Batman make more sense, more realistic, which is always a good thing. So anyway, that's going to end my review. I give this episode an 8 out of 10. I want to hear your review in the comment section down below. If you have any comments or questions, please post them down below. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're new. My name is Tommy from Z&D Comics, and you have a nice day.